Deconstructing the narrative.
Some activists today calling the October 7 attack a hoax.
They immediately focus on an extreme outlier. That outlier is meant to shift your focus and delegitimize the whole movement. By placing the outlier directly after the scale of the protest, it's meant to make you think that they're equally representative. So then the audience thinks a lot of people protested, but a lot of those people are extremists.
In what they say was their largest national action yet.
In what they say creates distance, it implies doubt. It's their claim, it's not necessarily true.
On what's now become a regular Sunday afternoon in our CBD.
So by using language like regular Sunday, it's normalising the issue and downplaying the urgency of the political crisis. Routine, it's in the background. This happens all the time. There's nothing new to see here, kind of vibe.
We've come down to go to the bank and we've just seen all the commotion.
So it centres the voice over somebody who's not politically engaged while there's 100,000 people in Melbourne who are. Frames the protest as disturbance or commotion rather than collective political action.
October the 7th was a hoax.
It just shows the front of the rally linked with this comment, so it associates that comment with the entire protest. Instead of showing chants, placards, or speeches, they superimpose an extreme statement to cast doubt on the entire legitimacy of the protest. And cops at the front with the hoax line says danger, conspiracy, instability.
While others called for the deaths of Israeli soldiers.
So protesters aren't actually chanting for the death of Israeli soldiers, they're calling for the end of an occupying army. It's a way of expressing rage at a military violence and occupying force. By airing those lines without context, it primes the viewers to think that protesters are violent. It erases the political meaning.
What's saying on Palestinian?
So this is just a language slip. The guy is trying to say that you're living on stolen land, trying to make the connection about that Australia was built on invasion, violence, and denial of Indigenous sovereignty, much like the Palestinians. But when that line is aired raw without explanation, it sounds a little bit confusing and a bit accusatory in some way. Instead of understanding the colonial link, audiences walk away thinking that the protest is incoherent or extreme.
Brisbane.
The use of flags such as Hamas.
Again, the media is looking for the most controversial and alarming thing that they can find in a crowd of thousands of people. It's meant to delegitimize and narrow a huge diverse movement into a gotcha symbol. For some marchers, Hamas flag isn't about terrorism, it's about armed resistance against an occupying force.
Now calling for a midweek community sector strike next month.
So the reporter's speaking about unions here, which can seem empowering or legitimate, but then this large imposing man that walks into the frame, which is probably her bodyguard. But subconsciously, that undercuts the positive union message by pairing it with intimidation.
Had more than 22,000 police shifts that have been dedicated to babysitting people who are protesting in the city. What this means is people are less safe across all Victoria.
And then lastly, the story ends on how it's a law and order issue rather than a protest for solidarity. Sets up a scarcity narrative that makes you think that these protests make you less safe. It flips the script from Palestinians to Victorians being the one endangered. Delegitimizes the protest by casting it as selfish, disruptive, and even harmful to the community.